Yeah. Welcome back to another edition of the Link Up featuring Symone, Stanley, Lord Brunson, and yours truly, Tone DeShields II. Super grateful to be here with you guys. Make sure you guys lock in. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to all three platforms. Again, we are live on 3 channels. We're live on Symone Stanley's channel, Symone with the Sports. We're live at Lord Brunson's channel. You feel what I'm saying? One of the best in the biz. And we are live on my channel, Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. And I'll tell you this, and I've been saying it every week, we doing a lot of winning.
We doing a whole lot of charging it to the game.
You feel me? So listen, we got a hard out today, y'all. Today's show's not gonna be that long, so we got to get right to the point, get right to the nitty gritty. Like my man always said, let's get to the meat and potatoes, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's start with the lovely lady, Symone. Symone, how are you feeling about your Philadelphia Eagles right now? Tell me what you saw in that Eagles-Ravens game.
I saw a team that was on a mission. Like, I don't think people realize how much we had to overcome in that game, how many injuries we came into that game with, how many injuries we endured throughout the game. Everybody's so hyper-focused on Saquon Barkley, and Saquon Barkley is amazing. Like, he's a engine of this team, but there's so many parts that make this team go, and I don't think they understand how locked down these guys are. I don't think they understand the depth that we have on this team and how everybody literally is on the same page. Everybody has that long-term goal in mind, which is a Super Bowl. I felt like, sometimes when you go on these winning streaks, you feel like the team might let up a little bit. They might lax a little bit because, they've been winning. You can get a little comfortable at the top, but this team shows every week on this 8-game winning streak that they are hungry. So I know a lot of people are looking at the Panthers game and I hope the team doesn't sleep on the Panthers. I hope they don't look past the Panthers because the Panthers are playing some of their better ball these last couple of weeks. But what this team has shown is that the main thing is being kept the main thing. Like, they are showing each week that the goal is not a 10-game winning streak. The goal is not the NFC East. The goal is not the NFC. It's the Super Bowl.
LB, the floor is yours, big dog. Talk to me.
I feel good, man. That's all I can say, y'all. I hope everybody having a good day. Hope everybody having, a happy holiday. It's not really much I can say. This is what I learned, though, from that Ravens game, though. I learned that we know exactly who we are. We finally know who we are. And the key acquisition yesterday furthers the proof of it. We are playing a level of football that is extinct. Nobody is playing this type of power football, man. And the teams that are resembling somewhat to what we're doing, they're winning football teams as well. Symone talk about us being on a mission. That can't be overstated any more than that, man. It's so blatantly obvious that the goal here is to win a Super Bowl. People have individual accolades already. Jalen Hurts has been an All-Pro. Jalen Hurts has played in the Super Bowl. A.J. Brown, 1,400 receiving yards back-to-back years, All-Pro. Devontae Smith, Heisman winner, all of that. Saquon talked about as being one of the greatest running backs to come out since who? You know what I mean? Barry, they was comparing Saquon to Barry coming at Penn State. People have the individual names already, but we got to come together for a common goal. The Eagles going to the NFC Championship at least. I'll tell you that's the floor right now for this football team. The floor is the NFC Championship. And people saying don't sleep on the Panthers. The Panthers is food. We already know that, right? We can agree on that. You know what I mean? We're gonna beat the shit out of the Panthers. Then we're gonna beat the shit out of who next after that. We in that season. We're in that season. I see a different look in Jalen Hurts' eyes. I see the same look when we went to the Super Bowl last year. He just doing it a little different. When you got a guy like Saquon Barkley, you know what I'm saying? You got to cater to that. Saquon running wild like this, you want to know why? Because Saquon don't know what it feel like to be a part of this. Everybody is chipping in and making sure Saquon know what it feel like to win at this level. AJ and Jalen, they already did this, already been here. You know what I'm saying? They want Saquon to feel happy, feel how he feel, and together we're going to bring that thing home, man.
Yeah, LB, Symone, I couldn't agree with y'all more. I mean, that game said a lot to me about that team. You go down 9-0 in the first quarter, right? So you go down 9-0 in the first quarter, and your offense is stalling. And that game could have got out of hand on you very quickly. You were on the road Everybody already had you losing. It seemed like when you were watching that game, even the time the game started, it just felt like a recipe for a loss. But somehow, some way, GJ had a conversation with those guys on the sideline and said, listen, we got to tighten up. It's just that simple. We better than this, and we know that. And all of a sudden, you see this defense hold that Ravens offense, number one offense, to essentially 3 points from quarters 2, 3, and into the last drive of quarter 4. I mean, let's be honest about this. The Philadelphia Eagles held that number one offense to 12 points. I don't care about that garbage time touchdown. Keep that for your stats and your fantasy football kids. I'm talking about what really mattered in that game. That defense held them to 12 points, and then the offense managed to hit their stride. And it kind of reminded me of a boxing match. How you filling out your opponent in those first couple rounds, and then all of a sudden you find something and you just start tagging it. And then once we got the lead, we never looked back. And the defense pretty much finished the deal, and Saquon Barkley just did Saquon Barkley things. I mean, so many angles we can approach from this game. Mm-hmm. I think one thing that stands out to me the most, though, was how the defensive line handled Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson, if you really paid attention to that game, they were never really in an offensive rhythm. They always had that sporadic, explosive play to kind of keep their drive going or alive, or he would have to make something happen with his legs and kind of get out the pocket. They did a good job clogging those running lanes. And you know how artificial intelligence, how robots and cyborgs, they learn with experiences, right? They learn. You see them learning in real time. I saw that defensive line learning and picking up on his tells and his habits in real time. It was spectacular to see. Jalen Carter is not from this planet. Not from this planet.
No.
Bro, I can't believe we got Jalen Carter for what? The next decade plus?
You know how I let him go. You know how I let him go.
He's generational at the position. And, it's hard to keep a guy like Lamar in the pocket. It's hard. And then when Lamar was actually able to escape the pocket, Jalen Carter was chasing him sideline to sideline. How many defensive tackles could do that? You talk about the defensive line and how they stepped up to the challenge of playing against a mobile quarterback. What I got from that was this. If the Philadelphia Eagles defense, along with the defensive line, could put Lamar in the blender, I ain't worried about Jared Goff or nobody else. I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it. And I'm not trying to sound cocky or nothing like that, but it is what it is. I'm feeling very cocky. I ain't gonna lie. I am cocky. I'm feeling extremely arrogant.
Don't hide it, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you.
The problem is everybody said they just knew we was gonna lose that game. Haters knew we were going to lose that game, bro. And now they try to move the goalposts even more. Oh, well, the Ravens, they had 4 losses. Well, they did lose to the Raiders too. Well, they did lose to the Steelers. Going into that game, going into the Washington game, everybody said that was the prove it game. That's the game the Eagles would have to prove it. Handle Washington, move the goalposts. Oh, well, the Ravens. Y'all got to beat the Ravens to prove something. We beat the Ravens. Now it's, the Lions. Well, the Chiefs is the real test. No. Them talking heads sat up on them screens and said that the Eagles and Ravens was a potential Super Bowl preview. Now all of a sudden it's pump y'all brakes now that we beat the Ravens.
Right, but this is the thing. They're not pumping their brakes on the Ravens though, and they the ones that lost.
No, they try to act like the Ravens ain't cheating no more. They're like, oh, it's really the Chiefs.
You know what the conversation was at that game?
And Bill.
Should the Eagles be worried about Jalen Hurts? For real?
Who's what?
That's where we at with it?
Yeah, that's where we at. And let's talk about that real quick. Because when you down 9-0, Saquon Barkley ain't run us back to a lead and run us in the game.
The passing game got the lead back.
Right. Jalen Hurts said, all right, I got to orchestrate some plays with my arm. Saquon Barkley is the closer. Think about it. Nobody really gets off. We don't really jump out the gate with Saquon in the first quarter. Mm-mm. We don't score a lot of points in the first. We don't score no points in the first quarter, actually. You know what I'm saying? So Saquon is not starting off the game 70-yard run, 70-yard run. Saquon is doing that after you have been worn down and beat down and tired. You know what I mean? Now, Saquon is the big part of, that happening. But Jalen Hurts has thrown us back in the game with his arm multiple times this year, but they don't want to acknowledge that, though. Exactly. Should the Eagles be worried about Jalen Hurts makes no sense. Like, I'm pretty sure this tweet is probably going crazy right now. I tweeted it to Acho and I left it alone because I see Acho on the screen breaking down how instrumental Jalen Hurts is in reading the defense and reading the second layer of the defense and saying, I got to keep this ball because the linebacker cheating down, or I got to give this ball because the linebacker looking at me. He'll go on there and break down film that sounds so articulate and say, well, yeah, Jalen, no, but they're unstoppable. Look, Jalen is doing this, doing that. But then he'll go on TV and say, is Jalen Hurts doing enough?
He said, what was the narrative was they must be hiding. They hiding something.
Right.
What do you mean? That's how you know they grasping at straws. Now we hiding something. He compared Jalen Hurts to a woman in a corset. You see the shape, but what's really under there? What are you talking about?
No, he did not.
Lame as hell.
He did not. He did that for real.
Yes. Shady and James Jones got to. Shady was like, "Listen, I'm done, man. Like, what's the point of even having the conversation? Because we having fantasy football talk in the facility. Are we serious? Like Shady and James tired of it, bro.
You know what I mean? That's real talk. Because what could he possibly be hiding? Are you still saying
and if
this?
Just don't make no goddamn sense. It's just so bad we back, bro. That's it.
Let's talk about this, y'all. Are we still saying he can't throw the ball? Is that what we still doing?
Who is saying this? I don't be seeing this bullshit.
What are we hiding? Is he not? Are we hiding his blood type? Is he not human? What are we hiding about this guy?
That's what I'm saying.
The guy wins football games, bro. And they're trying to make it seem like we are catering this offense to be so idiot-proof that anybody could run it. No, not just anybody can run this offense, bro.
Exactly.
First of all, you got to be mobile. You got to just know the plays, and you got to have a certain feel for the game.
You got to be strong too. You got to be real strong.
You got to be strong. You got to be strong to play in this offense, bro. Like it's getting lame now. It's getting lame now. It's getting lame.
To your point, LB, about Jalen Hurts passing, getting us back into that game, because what happened was, once the Eagles scored their first scoring drive, the touchdown, it was a 6-play, 49-yard drive. What happened was our defense, the punter, pinned the Ravens at their own 1-yard line or 2-yard line. Brady Mann was on a mission. By the way, he won NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. By the way,
he had an outstanding game.
He had an outstanding game as far as pinning them in the back, pinning them deep in their territory. Defense managed to step up, get them off the field in 3 plays, and then we get the ball back at our own 50-yard line. Right. So here's the plays. Right before we scored our first touchdown, here's the plays. Saquon Barkley run -1 yard. Jalen Hurts pass 7 yards to Dotson. No huddle. Jalen Hurts, no huddle. Saquon Barkley run up the middle for 9 yards. No huddles. Jalen Hurts pass 8 yards. Oh, I'm sorry. Jalen Hurts runs for 8 yards. Jalen Hurts pass short to A.J. Brown for 9 yards. Jalen Hurts pass short left to Dallas Goedert for 17 yards, touchdown. Saquon Barkley only touched the ball twice on that drive, and one of them was for less than 1 yard. So technically, Saquon Barkley only accounted for 8 yards on a 49-yard scoring drive, meaning Jalen Hurts accounted for, what is that? My math is all messed up. 41 yards.
41. Running and throwing.
Being a double threat. And in that first half, it really until late, they was on Saquon. That defense was on Saquon until late. It was the passing game. A.J. Brown, Goddard, Dotson, Jalen Hurts that was really getting G going. Saquon was able to break loose late, but that was not a game where we was going to be dominating on the ground early. We kept stalling out because the run was not working early, and there was 2 drives where we didn't go to A.J. Brown at all, and 2 drives where we stalled out. That was a game where we needed to have the ball in Jalen's hand.
Yeah, A.J. Brown, all his catches, to your point, Symone, all of A.J. Brown's catches came in the second quarter. And peep this. Here's the second scoring drive when we went up 14-9. Peep this. There's even more to your point about Jalen Hurts is not being carried. Jalen Hurts got them back into that game with the pass and with his legs. First play, remind you, we're down 7-9. We got the ball back at the forcing the 3-and-out. It was a 9-play, 68-yard scoring drive. First play, Jalen Hurts pass short to the middle to A.J. Brown, 15 yards. They go into the no huddle. Saquon Barkley runs left for 5 yards. They go into the no huddle. Jalen Hurts pass short to A.J. Brown for 15 yards again. They go to the no huddle. Jalen Hurts pass incomplete. Then it was a penalty on Mekhi Becton, an eligible man downfield. We lose 5 yards. So now it's 1st and 15 at the Baltimore 38. Jalen Hurts passed short middle to A.J. Brown, 14 yards. Got it right back. Jalen Hurts passed to Dallas Goedert, 9 yards. Saquon Barkley gets the ball, 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 15, runs for 5 yards. Jalen Hurts throws a pass, incomplete to Goddard, 2nd and 5, Baltimore 10. 3rd and 5 at the Baltimore 10. Jalen Hurts runs up the middle for 9 yards. Then Jalen Hurts gets a 1-yard touchdown run, the tush push. So again, another drive, 2 scoring drives back to back, where Saquon Barkley really only touched the rock 2 times, and Jalen Hurts accounted for those yards.
Saquon Barkley is the ultimate closer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Saquon Barkley, when you're running the ball with Saquon Barkley with a lead in the second half, it's probably too late. It's too late. It's too late for you. If you're not big on us, then it's too late, bro. It's too late. And I'm not worried about what the haters say no more. It don't even get to me no more, man. It's just all hate. It's hate. But that's the thing that gets me about it, man. It's hate from educated sources. Because some of these guys be breaking down film and they be sounding real good. So it's like, what's your motive for really, really hating on the Philadelphia Eagles? The fact that you can't accept the fact that Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback? Jalen Hurts is elite. It just look different.
They know the algorithms. They know the score. They take advantage of
I don't even think it's that, Tone. I truly don't think it's that, y'all. I think it's that they don't know how to describe what they're seeing, bro. Describe what they're seeing, man. They used to it looking like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. They used to it looking like it got to be from the pocket. They do not know how to articulate a Jalen or Lamar Jackson type of quarterback.
Right.
They have an easy time doing it with Josh Allen and saying he elite because of the throwing power. You know what I mean? The deep ball and all of that. They don't know how to explain what they seeing. Nobody in the National Football League other than Patrick Mahomes do I trust with the ball in their hand in a gotta have it situation. Nobody. Patrick Mahomes is the only one. I want Jalen Hurts over Burrow, gotta have it. I want him over Allen, gotta have it. You see that outstretched touchdown, the outstretched first down he did? Who we played? Was it the Jags when we almost blew that game?
That was
I know he had a.
It happened twice. It happened twice. He had one in the Bengals, and then he had a touchdown in the Bengals where he had to stretch out. He had a first down. Commanders was where he had that stretch out first down.
Okay, yeah.
Remember, because we was like he was woozy, but he still got that G.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to show y'all something real quick because this is there are certain people on FS1 that I do respect their opinion and they're actually logical about the game, right? I want y'all to hear something and I want to know what y'all think about this, okay? It's Joy Taylor on Speak, and her and Keyshawn Johnson basically was trying to campaign that Jalen Hurts deserves way more credit than what he's getting. And I just want to get y'all perspective on her statement here. Let me bring this up real quick. All right, here we go. Let's play this.
I do not believe that we as an NFL watching society, as analysts, as fans, and sometimes as coaches or personnel have been able to adjust completely to the modern version of the quarterback. We want a quarterback to be able to run, but not too much. We want to be able to throw, but don't be a gunslinger and be inefficient. We want him to be able to be mobile. We can't be a statue in the pocket anymore. But again, don't default to your athleticism. It is this combination of things that we haven't been able to define. And Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson fall into this category quite a bit when they get labeled as athletic running quarterbacks, even though they obviously can throw the ball, even though you can obviously look at the statistics, even though the connection with A.J. Brown is a very real thing. And A.J. Brown is a wide receiver who he is throwing the ball to. We haven't figured out how to define this type of quarterback yet. And so it's like this energy that they carry with them that they're not quite as good or they're a different type of quarterback than the quarterbacks who are putting up the same numbers while they are combining numbers and getting the same numbers. It's not the way that we want it to look quite yet. We haven't adjusted yet.
I agree with 100%. Yeah, I agree with her 100%. Like, for some reason, these guys, they have a hard time looking at the full stat sheet. They want to just look at the passing yards, right? Or the passing touchdowns. But this is football. This is not passing ball or running ball. It's football, right? You can get it how you live, and you get it how you live. You feel what I'm saying? And anybody that's from the hood know what that means. You get it how you live. And Jalen Hurts is a dual threat quarterback that can pass the ball and run. He's getting how he lives, but they don't want to put the stats together because let's be honest about this. You got guys on national TV talking about, oh, I'm not worried about Jared Goff. I worry about Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts is having a comparable statistical season if you add in his passing and his running ability, which is a factor in the game. That's something teams have the game plan for.
That's a fact.
See, people don't like change, and they don't just want to come with the terms at the fact that the games are changing. We talking about all these old heads that played 10, 15, 20 years ago that just don't want to come to the terms with the game that they play is now different. I feel like that's a big thing. Obviously, hate is a big thing as well. And also just lazy takes. Lazy takes. Like, that's what a lot of it is lazy takes. Like, I feel like it's a combination of the three. And people like Joy Taylor, when you talking with some sense, that don't go viral, that don't blow up. It's when they up there talking some crazy shit that gets attention. So, like, that's just unfortunate. And Troy Aikman was saying the same thing. I can't remember which Thanksgiving game it was, but he was saying the same thing about, you know, we just have to come with the terms with the fact that the quarterback position is going to have to be coached different. It's different. It's going to be a lot more mobile quarterbacks down the line. Like, if you want to win and whatnot, we just got to come. The game is changing and people need to recognize it. Like, them talking heads, they just be lazy. It just be lazy, take.
Yeah. It be lazy for sure. That's the biggest caveat, though. Like, anybody that thinks they're so smart and thinks they know everything about the game and want to say, oh, is Saquon this, is Saquon that, Saquon is carrying the Philadelphia Eagles. If Saquon Barkley didn't have Jalen Hurts, his numbers wouldn't be the same. Because Jalen Hurts is a threat to keep that ball. It makes defenses guess who's going to have the ball. Is it Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley? You know what I mean? That's a major thing. If you had Jared Goff in that situation, you don't have to guess if Jared Goff is going to keep the ball because he ain't. You know what I mean? That ain't a part of his program. So, yeah, man, people don't understand football, man. They don't understand football.
We saw late in that game because, again, Saquon was getting stuffed early, y'all. Stuffed early in that game. We saw later in the second half, once Jalen started more design runs, once Jalen started running the ball, then that's when Saquon Barkley started opening up more.
He looked good out there too. Like Jalen looked good running the ball. Like, is it me? It looks like the design runs for him have become more
situational. Yeah.
Situational and potent. Yeah, exactly. Because like there was a point in the season where I'm like, yo, they're not working. They're just not working. But I think it was how they were setting them up. And I think I can't remember who was talking about this. I think it was Dan Orlovsky, but they were and Marcus Spears on NFL ESPN. They were talking about how the Philadelphia Eagles have the only offensive line in football that everybody on that line from left tackle to right tackle is liable to pull. You have no idea who's going to pull because they're all capable of doing it. Not many offensive lines are that talented that every single one of them can pull, and that just adds so much creativity to what Jeff Stoutland and Kellen Moore can do with that running game. And then you got Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, a guy like AJ Brown right there. Like, they're such physical specimens at all three positions that they are really hard not only to game plan for, but they're just hard to match physically.
Yeah, I don't think it's I ain't gonna lie, man. If we don't win the Super Bowl, I'll be disappointed this year. I'll be more disappointed than when we just played against the Chiefs a couple of years ago. We don't win the Super Bowl. We are just too big. Pause. We physical. Pause again. It's just, I don't know. That didn't even sound right. I was going to rock. We just too, you know what I'm saying? We're just too much up front, man. We're just too much, man. It's like with these guys pulling, it just won't stop. Everything you say now, you know how you get into that.
Symone, please, I'm trying. Yo, chill.
It's Symone. But like,
you the one saying all this pause-worthy stuff, not me.
That's a fact. It's just. Who could stop us, man? Who could stop us?
We're on the mission.
I don't think it's nobody really that could stop the combination of this offensive line, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley. And mind you, we can still throw the ball. People think we can't throw the ball. They're tripping.
They are tripping.
You tripping, you think we can't throw the ball, man.
And by the way, 2 wins, two big wins, 2 road wins, and you ain't have Smitty at all.
You ain't had Smitty at all, bro.
No, folks, they forgot about Smitty, bro. Like, they don't realize all the injuries we have. Like, at this point in the season, injuries is not an excuse. Going into the Ravens game, I say, even if we lost the Ravens game, I'm not blaming on injuries. Everybody got injuries at this point in the season. But what they don't realize is We're doing all this without Brandon Graham, without Darius Slay, without Devontae Smith coming into what y'all said was a Super Bowl contest. We had Tristan McCullum on the floor. Some of these Eagles fans don't even know who Tristan McCullum is. I'm saying, come on now. Avonte Maddox had to come in the game. Stop.
Please,
because really,
please,
he ain't make that stop. He was out of bounds. He was out of bounds. And Avonte ain't make that stop. But fine. We can say Avonte made that
as soon as Avonte came on the field,
penalty. I'm saying they don't see what we're overcoming with what we're doing. But when it comes to Saquon, well, you said if we don't.
What? I'm reading the comments.
Okay. You said if we don't make the Super Bowl, if we don't win the Super Bowl, you'll be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I agree because I do feel like we are the most complete team. Like, imagine us when we get back healthy. Like, there's been so many injury combinations that we've had throughout this season. Like, imagine us when we got Devontae back. Y'all can say what y'all want about Slay. When we get Slay back for a few more snaps next game or whatever, he come back for a few more snaps. When this team is fully healthy, I don't think pound for pound, both sides of the ball, there's another team. Like the Bills offense, yes, but defensively, did the Bills have what it takes to stop us? But the good thing is we have these dudes locked up. Most of them.
Yeah. We got them locked up.
No, because we got Zach Bond playing on in out of his mind right now. We don't know what that price tag gonna look like. We got Milton Williams playing out of his mind. So we do I feel
like they went to the table already and nobody don't know. And he was like, nah. it gotta be because like this ain't even how we MO to let this guy linger around like this with the production.
Right.
No, we get in front of that.
We do got to go ahead. We got to win the Super Bowl because with that free agency, you just never know. You just never know, bro. Like, Zach
Bond gonna get the life-changing back he been looking for this year.
Right.
So you got to go win. You got to lock him up now, or you got to go win that. But I got to talk about Isaiah Rodgers, bro. I'm so 50-50 on the ball, man. He be out there. Then he calls the fumble.
He caused the fumble in the Rams game.
He caused the fumble in the Rams game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he just too small, I feel like, bro.
Wait, in the Rams game? I don't remember that.
The first drive, that was him. That first fumble, Isaiah Rodgers hit him.
Yeah, that was actually him.
I must have still been getting situated at that point.
Yeah, he took the ball. He got the ball out, but you know what I mean. But I think it's plug and play, man. I think it's plug and play. Now, listen, I love Slay. I can't wait for Slay to get back. Slay go right back to the spot that he was at. You know what I mean? But it's plug and play, man. I think Fangio got this defense playing at a level that this could be if we win the Super Bowl, yo, this might be the greatest Philadelphia Eagles defensive roster of all time.
I'm telling you, we're doing it. I'm already declaring it. I'm claiming it. We doing it. And also, by the way, for the record, to your point about the defense, the Eagles have the youngest defense in the NFL. The average age on the roster defensively is 25 years old.
When have you seen and Slay is the one boosting up the numbers? If Slay on the roster,
right. If Slay was, it'd be about 23,
Slay and BG, it'd be like 23, 22. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But the thing that's crazy too. And it's like the youngest defense in the NFL history about to go to the bowl. That speaks of
you want to know who had the youngest defense last time? The Chiefs. The Chiefs in 2020 when they beat us, they had the youngest defense in the NFL.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I told people when we lost that game, I said, listen, that's the model right there. That's the model. If we're gonna fix our defense, we got to get younger and draft well and be very selective with free agents because you got to build your defense for the long haul, especially if you're trying to keep it cheap. You got to draft well. So when I saw the Chiefs do what they did with that defense, I kept saying we have to follow that. We had to follow that. And lo and behold, here we are, man. The youngest defense.
You know what scared me? You know what scared me though about that Chiefs defense that year? They was getting cooked in the Super Bowl. The youth showed on the biggest stage.
They was huffing and puffing.
The youth showed on the biggest stage. The only reason why we lost that game is because neither defense couldn't stop nobody. We didn't make them dudes punt in the second half. The youth showed on the biggest stage because Jalen was having his way with them. Went down there and tied that joint up. 5 seconds left. You know what I mean? We was up 10 at half. You know what I mean? Jalen was cooking that defense. So
How
I
many-
just don't
Go ahead.
I just don't want our defense to get to a big playoff moment and have that one mental lapse and get cooked.
How many snaps was Ringo on the field for?
Ooh,
I don't know, but he played well.
About 3.
He played well.
Y'all, when never mind. We ain't
Okay, here it is. I got it right here. So
What?
snap counts for the defense. So when it comes to the defense, let me bring this up for y'all. All right, so Zach Bond, 100% of the snaps. Isaiah Rodgers, 100% of the snaps. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, 100%. Jalen Carter, 99%. He was on the field for 71 of 72 of the snaps. Jalen Carter's motor is insane this year. Quinion Mitchell, 97%. Nakobe Dean, 96%. Nolan Smith, 81%. Reed Blankenship, 71%. He did get hurt in that game. Josh Sweat, 71%. Milton Williams, 57%. Jalex Hunt, 49%. That's some good snaps for the rookie. Jordan Davis, 33%. Tristan McCullum, 29%. Moro Ojoma, 28%. Thomas Booker, 6%. Keely Ringo, 3%, which is 2 snaps out of 72. So he barely was on the field.
If Reed can't play, I would like to see some Sidney Brown. Like when do we start playing Sidney Brown instead of? I mean, if Reed don't play, of course we're gonna see Sidney Brown.
I don't know, man.
What position do Maddox play that he keep getting on the field?
Slot. He be coming in with Coop.
I think it's when they go on those dime sets.
But Coop could play the dime too.
When Coop come off, it's be Maddox coming in.
Oh,
but
I think it might be for. How many snaps did Cooper play? It might be like, I think it'd be like just a breather for Coop.
Cooper DeJean played.
Because he'll come in for like 1 snap a game.
It says here, Cooper DeJean. Why they ain't got his name here?
But once Reed went out,
they put Tristan McCullum in. Maddox was on the flow for an extended period of time. Like usually we be getting Maddox for 1 play. And that's why I feel like usually we get Maddox for 1 play, but I feel they said Maddox come on for Nakobe Dean in the dime. Yeah, because you got to take a linebacker off for the dime set.
And Bond is better in coverage, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
DeJean
played
Maddox 1-on-1.
78%.
Because he I don't know what he's doing, but
as soon as he gets out there, them dreads be swinging, them arms be reaching.
Yo, he just look like
and
a toddler.
Them flags be getting thrown. All I see is them arms reached out, them dreads swinging, and a flag.
For sure.
I'm like, is that 1 play worth it? Because every time it's a flag.
And you know what blew me about that penalty was they was about to get off the field because Sweat got the sack.
Yeah.
Sweat got the sack.
I was burnt out, bro.
They got points off of that. They scored a touchdown, right?
Yes. You stole. Not only did you steal a sack from Josh Sweat with that penalty, but you allowed them to stay alive and score a touchdown. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. He got a tight end. But like, what do Maddox be saying when you go back to the bench though? Like, what do you be saying to everybody? Because every time you go in, you blow it, bro.
But that's like, why is he going in?
I don't get it.
At this rate, I'd rather roll with Eli Ricks. Just put him out there. Do something
about it. that 1 play late, I can't remember if it was the 3rd or 4th, but it was like a deep pass right outside the end zone. The receiver caught the ball out of bounds. It was Maddox 1-on-1 in coverage. If the receiver got that other foot in, it would have been a touchdown that Maddox had given up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just Maddox just got lucky that he caught the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Every time he gets on the field, a big play is at risk of being given up.
I know he was thanking God that ain't happened.
I know he was thinking, and my mama was like, because I was telling my mama earlier in the game, I was like, oh, this dude Maddox, anytime he getting in the game, you know, he be giving something up. So when she saw that play, she was like, see, he got a good stop. I said, he was out of bounds. He still got
right.
Oh, man. On that note, I know we're on the time crunch, y'all. So let's get to these super chats that we'll be able to close the show. We appreciate y'all for locking in the way you guys have been.
I think it was Aguilar. Somebody said it was Aguilar.
It was Aguilar. I thought Aguilar dropped it.
Aguilar
I thought Aguilar dropped
it.
it. He did. Yo, Lamar was missing people, man. Like, and look, here's the thing, right? It's the NFL. You got to take advantage of the opportunities.
He definitely missed Andrews on that one drive.
Yeah, he missed Isaiah Likely too a couple times. So look, man, but that's what pressure does, right? You know, when you can't get into a rhythm, he was unable to just drop back, scan, deliver the rock. It seemed like he was always trying to just diagnose and find and make something happen. He was never fully comfortable in that game.
Jalen Hurts got a better arm than him too.
People don't want to talk about that. I think Lamar Jackson just got a stronger arm. But as far as just being a better passer, I think Jalen is a better passer than him. I do.
I think Jalen is a better passer than a lot of people.
But they don't want to talk about that though. Let's get to these super chats, y'all. Shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all keep smashing that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to all 3 channels: Symone, Stanley, Lord Brunson, Chalk It Up Sports. Make sure you guys lock in. We appreciate y'all. My man Derek DeJean with the $4.99. He says, had Derrick Henry looking like Terrence Parsons.
Facts.
Oh man, they got away from Derrick Henry in that game too. They panicked in that game. You could tell. Like they you let Lamar Jackson throw the ball 38, 39 times, and Derrick Henry
everybody was saying we was gonna get out coached. Oh, but Harbaugh's the better coach. We can get out coached. He didn't even know what to do in that second.
Lamar wasn't even running the ball like that either. We just keep Lamar ass in that pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Derek DeJean. We appreciate you, brother. Marco Bresci with the $4.99 says, y'all remember when everyone besides us laughed at CJ when he said we got the best defense in the league after the Saints game? Look at us now. I'm glad you said that, because like I said to y'all a while back, he didn't say that for us. He said that for them young boys in that room. Say, listen, you see what this look like and what this feel like? This is what we're capable of when we lock in. And then obviously they put up a damn egg in the damn Buccaneers game, but you saw the potential of this defense, and they're able to tap into that consistently. You know, sometimes you got to plant the seed, man, and watch your young people grow. That's all it is.
CJ put a big hit on somebody every game too.
Yo, for sure. We out physical them mentally.
Did he have a hit on Derrick?
Yeah, he did. He popped him, but the good thing about it, somebody did have Derrick leg, so he kind of was like,
he had to come in and help because Derrick had to come in and help.
No, you're right. He had to come in and help. And on top of that, real quick before I get to the next super chat, when you playing a team like the Ravens, and more in particular, when you playing guys like Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, 9 times out of 10, you tend to lose that game before it even starts, because you got to wrap your mind around how this game going to go physically. And Derrick Henry is going to be physical. There's a lot of teams that shy away from it. They don't want that smoke. They lose the game before it even starts. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles fully accepted whatever the terms would be in this situation, and they just delivered it. They delivered. So shout out to them. Thank you, Marco. War with this $9.99. He says the bottom 6 teams in pass attempts are good teams. The top 6 teams are terrible. Lions average only 4 more passes a game than us, but we the ones hiding something. Come on, dog. Yo, I feel you. War. Yeah. That's dog. That's what's so annoying about this time now, because like the information is there and they talk to us like we don't have access to the information. Some of these guys on TV still talking like we in the early 2000s, like we ain't got access to the numbers ourselves.
Like we ain't got
we could do the math. We could see it. We watching the games too. We got access to film now. So, you know, they still doing what they're doing. They still got people in this world that are suckers, but it is what it is. Shout out to War. Aziz with the $4.99 says, Wagwan Bird gang. Last game was the first game Henry didn't score a TD. Wow. Really? I didn't know that.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Shout out to Aziz though. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
War back again with the $4.99. He says, ain't gonna lie, somebody got to call the police on Maddox. I don't want to see that man nowhere near the state of Pennsylvania. Bro, I feel you, man. So I be feeling like he getting paid by somebody. Anyway, thank you, War. Dana Scott back again with the $10 super. She says, enjoying the link up as usual. All I can say is Eagles put the league on notice and they have no clue what to say or do. Symone is correct. The takes are lazy. Jalen is him. Shout out to Dana. We appreciate you. Shout out to Dana. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Dana.
For sure. B Moore with the $2 super chat. He says, great content. Love this crew. Hey, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support.
Appreciate you, Benjamin.
For sure. And DJ Darrell with the $9.99 super chat. I see the talking heads say that Jalen can't throw. Does everyone forget last year's Bills game or the entire Super Bowl year? The difference this year is that we don't need to because of the run. Exactly. Like Darrell, you're so right. And it's so funny. Last year, you know what they kept saying? He playing too much hero ball. He got to trust his guys. Now he trusting his guys. Are they carrying them now? So listen, man, it is what it is. That just goes to show you that it don't matter what you do. People still gonna have their feelings about you. People still gonna have their feelings about you. But that's it, you guys. We appreciate y'all for locking in on the show. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for staying engaged. We know we normally go for about an hour, but obviously we got obligations, and we appreciate y'all for locking in nonetheless. We got one last super chat by Dana. She said, "Oh wait, Carter and Becton are mauling dudes in the trenches. Keep up the great commentary and flag was fly." Thanks, Dana. We appreciate that, and you so right.
Dana, appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Dana.
JC and MB is going off right now for sure. Thank you, Danny. We appreciate you. But listen, y'all, make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to all 3 channels. Symone Stanley, Symone with the Sports, does amazing work. You guys know she's a traveling woman. She's everywhere, man.
She
everywhere.
She about to be court somewhere tonight. Where you gonna be? Lakers Magic. Where you gonna be tonight?
Get on my last nerves.
Where you gonna
Lakers
be? You gonna be at the Lakers Magic game? Where you gonna be?
Y'all get on my last nerves.
Atlanta Hawks. Where we at with it?
Right.
In the crib.
Okay. All right. Well, nonetheless, make sure you guys go subscribe to Symone Stanley, Symone with the Sports. Lord Brunson, y'all know what it is. Bully, one of the best in the biz. And make sure you guys go subscribe to me as well at Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. You guys have been tuned into the Link Up, featuring, again, Symone Stanley, Lord Brunson, Tone DESHIELSDS II. And I'm telling y'all, man, I could taste it. I could feel it. The vibes is high. The vibes is right.
But for real, we got to, the content creators, we got to figure something out for New Orleans.
Yeah, listen, if we go to New Orleans, yo, we got to get the content creator mansion.
Right.
Content creator mansion. That's funny as hell, yeah.
No, we do. We got to get the content creator mansion. We got to get the crew. It's going live all day.
Get them costs down.
Get them costs down.
Get the costs.
All of that.
LB, bring your kids. Throw extra $100 for
no, they ain't coming. They ain't coming.
That's funny, man. Shout out to y'all. Man. Listen, we out of here, y'all. Take care. We appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. This has been the Link Up. Flag was fly.